is the first day of April, the second quarter of the year 2025. Welcome to NewsWatch on this new month. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Let us take a look at the day's events. Now, President William Ruto has today emphasized that no community, county, or region will be left behind in the government's development agenda, promising to build a more inclusive and prosperous nation. The president, who has begun his tour of the Mount Kenya region, was in Laikipia County and laid the foundation stone for the construction of 10 new classrooms at Nanyuki DEB Primary and Junior Secondary School. He also inspected the 350 million shillings Nanyuki Modern Market and toured the ongoing Nanyuki Affordable Housing Project.
Watu wa Laikipia, mimi kama kiongozi wa nchi hii nimesema katika taifa letu la Kenya hatutaki ugomvi na hatutaki chuki na hatutaki ukabila. Sisi wote kutoka jamii zote, sisi ni ndugu moja. Tumeumbwa na Mungu mmoja, watu wa taifa moja, with a common destiny, one united nation. Hapa Laikipia munaishi jamii zote za Kenya, ni kweli ama si kweli? Nyinyi watu wa Laikipia munataka tuingize siasa mambo ya ukabila? Tumeelewana? Wakati nilikuja hapa kuomba kura zenu, niliwaambia tutawajengea soko hapa. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Ni kweli ama si kweli? Sasa leo nimekuja hapa, sikizeni watu wa Nanyuki. Hapa serikali ya Kenya tunawapatia milioni 358 ya kujenga soko yenu hapa. Nimekuja kuangalia awamu ya kwanza. Hiyo awamu ya kwanza nimeambia contractor ndani ya siku 90 amalize awamu ya kwanza, tuanze awamu ya pili. Mimi nataka wafanyabiashara wa hapa, wale kina mama mboga, waweze kuuza biashara yao mahali kuna maji, mahali kuna stima, mahali kuna vyoo, mahali kuna usafi, kwa sababu soko ni ya muhimu kwa wafanyabiashara na vile vile ni muhimu kwa wakulima.
Now, opposition leaders led by Martha Karua have raised allegations that President William Ruto has begun campaigning for the 2027 general election under the pretext of launching development projects in various parts of the country. The allegations come as President Ruto begins his development tour in the Mount Kenya region.
Yeah, mother told you, hatukai kitako.
As President Ruto officially begins his Mount Kenya tour today, the People's Law Coalition has criticized his visit, calling it an early campaign.
Early campaigns, which we term as illegal because the KK and its allies are mounting those campaigns on public funds.
The People's Law Coalition, comprising of Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, People's Liberation Party leader Martha Karua, DAP Kenya Party leader Eugene Wamalwa, as well as former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, has accused President Ruto of engaging in early campaigns. Speaking to the press, Martha Karua alleged that President Ruto is illegally using public resources to campaign and gain popularity under the disguise of development projects.
On the violent early elections campaigns by UDA and ODM, following their unholy union, Mr. Ruto launched an aggressive campaign in Nairobi, accompanied by UDA and ODM officials.
As President Ruto's Mount Kenya tour continues to spark mixed reactions, the People's Law Coalition leaders have urged him to ensure there is peace in the region during his 5-day development tour.
The Ruto regime prepares to invade Mount Kenya. They are already there. We've been hearing them on the radio. A region with their misguided, Mount Kenya region with their misguided brand of politics ya tutatenga tutaleta, and I heard him repeating the same words. We are cautioning him do not take thugs to the people of Mount Kenya and to any people in this great country of ours.
The coalition has further raised concerns over potential interference in the ongoing IEBC selection process, questioning the credibility of some shortlisted candidates, alleging that President Ruto seeks to control the appointment of the IEBC commissioners in order to secure victory in the 2027 election.
On the recruitment of the IEBC chairperson and commissioners, we are concerned that the Ruto regime is determined to control and direct the recruitment process of the commissioners with the ultimate objective of capturing the electoral management body. Quite a number of those who made the list have questionable credentials, and some of them have partisan interests and are either members of the UDA party and the ODM party, or managing somebody within UDA.
The People's Law Coalition now demand a fair and transparent IEBC selection process. They are also calling on the Ruto administration to consult them on the final selection, warning that failure to do so will lead to a legal battle. For Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Modoni Kariuki.
Thank you, Mudoni, for that report. Now, to matters health, new Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has committed to seeing the full implementation of the universal health coverage while promising to eliminate fraudsters who he says are derailing the government's agenda of prioritizing health for all. Speaking when he took over the health docket, Duale said he has the full backing of President William Ruto in making sure the health docket works for the betterment of all, lauding the foundation set by his predecessors, Cabinet Secretaries Susan Nakumicha and Dr. Deborah Barasa. The new Cabinet Secretary has asked for support from Kenyans, assuring them that the President's pet project would work to solve the myriad of issues that have also led a majority to hold Harambes to cater for health care.
Hawa viongozi wameniambia maneno ngapi? Permanent and pensionable. Na gratuity. Na nimesema wanipe wiki 3. Niongee na other stakeholders wakiwa na county governments. Niongee na National Treasury. Niongee na bunge. Niongee na rais. Na lazima, hakuna shida dunia hii haiwezi kutatuliwa. And I want to assure you, all the stakeholders in the health sector, from the person when you enter the hospital who records your name, to the lab technician, to the nurse, to the clinician, or to the doctors, all of you people will get a fair treatment at the headquarters as long as I am the Minister for Health. I am going to look into every issue that the devil, working with all the team at the Ministry of Health. I will never let down the people of Kenya. I have no personal interest. I have a national interest. Those who have personal interests, they will not be in Avia House. Those who have the national health interest will work with me.
Still on matters health, unions to give him 3 weeks to consult necessary stakeholders and revert to them in 3 weeks on which of their demands will be sorted out immediately. Speaking after a closed-door meeting with union leaders after taking over the health docket, Tess Njenga said it is important that warring parties solve issues in the boardroom as opposed to street protests, assuring the unionists of a solution that would appease the parties. one of the demands by the universal health coverage staff employed on contract basis under President Uhuru Kenyatta is their absorption on a permanent and pensionable basis, as well as a gratuity for the period they have worked.
Universal health care, mnajua, is a single signature project ya Mheshimiwa William Samoei Arap Ruto. Si mnajua? Iko katika roho yake. Na nyinyi ni watu wa UHC. Mulianza wakati wa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Si mnajua? Na UHC ilianza wakati wa hayati Mzee Kibaki. Ikapata shida. Ikaanza tena na Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta with the 4 pilot counties. Nyinyi mkapewa kazi. Kwanza nataka niwahakikishie kwamba liwe liwalo, tumeona sisi wa Kenya kama nyinyi key stakeholders. UHC will work, SHA will work.
There has been 163% increase in social health insurance membership, with the current registration standing at 21 million, up from 8 million that had registered with the defunct NHIF. The total collection of the Social Health Authority is currently upwards of 31.6 billion. We have so far settled SHA claims to the tune of 24 billion and a further 21 billion under the Primary Health Care Fund. This has ensured expanded access to social health insurance, with 13 million additional Kenyans covered. Meanwhile, the gazettement of new SHA packages beneficiary will be entitled to enhanced benefit packages that will cater better for cancer treatment and radically improve ICU payment limits.
And former Cabinet Secretary for Public Health, or rather Public Service, Justin Muturi, has officially handed over his docket to Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. In a statement, Muturi expressed his gratitude to the staff at the Ministry of Public Service for their support during his tenure, commending their collective efforts in strengthening the sector. President William Ruto dismissed Muturi last week following rising tensions, particularly over the issue of abductions, which the former Attorney General has publicly blamed on the government. The president also accused Muturi of being incompetent as Attorney General. In a dispatch from Chief of Staff Felix Kosgei, the president nominated Mayor and North Member of Parliament Geoffrey Ruku to take over the public service docket. Ruku's appointment is subject to parliamentary approval. And on that note, let us take a short break on NewsWatch tonight. Don't go too far. We have more coming up on the other side.
One thing I've learned about leadership, just generally in leadership, the leader is not the smartest person in the room. All right? He's not always the smartest person. When you're a leader, your strength is in the ability to be able to harness the gifts around you. It's the same thing in the family. All right? Like I said, your wife is a very smart person. So you don't shut her down.
No.
All right? But you allow her to, you pick those ideas, you discuss them, and one of you, you make them your own.
Definitely.
It's like even in any organization, as the CEO, for example, you're not necessarily the smartest person in that organization.
No.
But you get around yourself people who are smart, people who are good in what they do, and then you take all those ideas and then you lead. And guess who takes credit at the end of the day? You take the credit at the end of the day. Because you're the leader.
You're the leader.
Isn't it? You know. So that's what leadership is all about. So being able to also just harness all those gifts that God has given you through your wife and one of you, but being able to chart the way forward.
Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
You are Alpha and Omega.
Not only are we going to be offended, but believe it or not, we are going to offend somebody else. Whether directly or indirectly, sooner or later, we're going to hurt someone's feelings. We're going to do something that will disappoint someone. We will break someone's heart. We are humans. We are all weak. We all make mistakes.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. The Lord Almighty reigns.
It's the man's responsibility to initiate that. Even if his wife was wrong, but he responded by raising his voice, by saying things to her with the wrong attitude, he needs to go down and knock on that door and say to his wife, will you please forgive me?
Set the prisoner free. By his own great mercy we are set.
Going back to the heart of worship.
Whether up the mountain or down the valley, we were created to worship God.
Enjoy carefully selected worship music every Wednesday all day long.
Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
We take it a notch higher with more worship music.
Every Wednesday
is Worship Wednesday.
Only on Hope FM. Listen and live.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
Aya, I'm not go TV stream. It's free.
Go TV stream iko mkononi na ni free. Download Go TV Stream app for free. We enjoy live TV na shows kamia nane. Download and watch later, anytime, anywhere. Go TV Stream iko mkononi na ni free. Available to active subscribers. Go TV, love it.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome back. Teachers in Bungoma County, led by Kupet and NAT union leaders, have expressed their dissatisfaction with the poor management of the education sector and called for the immediate removal of County Director of Education Pass Ngoma. Speaking to the media after their attempts to meet with Ngoma failed, the teachers led by David Chei Chemwaset, the deputy chairperson of Kupet Bungoma, voiced their concerns over the mismanagement of educational resources and funds. Augustine Luketelo, the Kupet Secretary General for Bungoma County, accused Ngoma of accepting bribes from school heads and harassing teachers, vowing that they would push for his removal. Additionally, the teachers pointed out that the county has been performing poorly in national examinations due to poor management, with statistics showing that over 4,000 KCSE candidates received grades of D- and E in the last year's exam.
To make a courtesy call to our account director, Minister of Education, so that we can raise with him issues that are affecting our colleagues in this county. And I want to say that we have come to this office, and unfortunately, we've not found him in the office. And therefore, I'm going to usher in our executive secretaries who are going to make or point out a number of issues, because indeed we've taken time to reach out to our director so that issues that are affecting our colleagues can be resolved.
Generally, the teachers of Bungoma are very dissatisfied with the performance of our county director, Bwana Pius Ngoma. Today, we wanted to have a meeting with him, but we have missed him. But what we had was so urgent that we had to communicate to the press so that the people get to know the status in which Bungoma County is.
Ni matumizi ya pesa ambazo zinakuja kwa kaunti yetu ya Bungoma ili kuendeleza michezo na mambo mengine katika hii kaunti. Sisi kama stakeholders hatujui ni pesa ngapi inakuja. Heads of institution, principals na head teachers pia wanalipa pesa, hatujui ni pesa ngapi imelipwa. Ilhali watoto wetu wanaendelea kuumia. Mwaka uliopita tulikuja hapa kama vyama vya kutetea maslahi ya walimu, tukajadiliana na director ya kwamba mwaka huu ukianza ataita kikao ili tuangalie shida iko wapi.
Borders, the death toll from the 7.7 magnitude earthquake that struck near Mandalay, Myanmar, has surpassed 2,700, with over 4,500 injured and hundreds still missing. The figures are expected to rise as rescue operations continue. The devastation has been so severe that bodies have been cremated in stacks, according to one resident. Mandalay, once known as the City of Gold, is now grappling with overwhelming tragedy. The air is thick with the scent of death as residents wander the streets in despair, struggling with dwindling food and water supplies. The situation is dire and many are left with sleepless nights and unsure of where to turn to help. On matters sports, Western Region Secondary Schools have today launched athletics competition for students with disabilities at Nalondo grounds in the Kabuchai constituency, Bungoma County. The competition serves as a selection platform for students who will represent the Western region in the upcoming National Athletics competition set to take place in Mombasa County. Walter Kwanusu, the chairperson of Western Region Sports, stated that the athletics event provides an excellent opportunity for equality in the country for children with disabilities. He urged parents not to hide their children, but to embrace education, while also calling on sponsors to step in and offer support.
Those are short races that involves short stature students, wale ambao ni wafupi kabisa. We have wheelchair races that involves those ones who are using wheelchairs. We also have races involving those ones who are using double crutches. And we have races for the hearing impaired learners. And we also have races for the visually impaired learners, just like you observed during our demos. So it's going to be a series of activities, and we're inviting everybody to come and see what these children enabled differently can be able to do. What I want to urge for is a sponsorship for these games. Yes, we are doing well. We have had sponsorship from the side of the government, but we are lacking sponsorship in terms of equipment and even in terms of the attire for the learners, so that they can also be able to feel that they really belong. We are requesting that if we can have sponsors who can be able to come out and sponsor these teams. These games have taken our students far and wide, and most of them are even earning a living from these particular games. And we are very proud when our children come and participate. For those parents and even those ones who are having such learners, it's a good exposure for them. It's very good for them to come and participate in these games. This is something that the government is ensuring takes place.
And in the English Premier fixtures, Manchester City under their head coach Pep Guardiola will be at their home ground facing the great Leicester City at 7:45 p.m. on Wednesday, while the Reds FC Liverpool are set to face their great rivals Everton at Anfield Stadium at 8 p.m. Currently, Liverpool are in position 1 with 70 points, where they are 22 points ahead of Manchester City, who are in position 5, having 48 points in the English Premier League standing. And that story brings us to the end of NewsWatch this evening. On behalf of the whole team that has made this bulletin a success, thank you for watching. God willing, see you tomorrow night, same place, same time at 9 p.m. for the day's news. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Bonfils Mureithi. Have a good night.